Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum and Old Bike Parts for You. And today I've got one of the first water buffaloes, 1972 GT750. It's got a lot of great parts on it. It's being sold for parts or restoration. I've got the engine on the table over there. I'll go over everything with you in a second. We'll start on focusing on the bike first. The bike had 15,369 miles when it had an issue with the engine. I believe it was the transmission. One of the gears went in the transmission. So it was completely dismantled, and the guy who owned it took it apart in his basement many years ago, never put it back together. I want to start with the seat. This is an original 72 seat, and it's one of the nicest looking ones I've seen. We just sold a $9,000 water buffalo, and the seat didn't look nearly this nice. The writing on it's beautiful. This is one of the good news, bad news things about a bike having the engine fail with only 15,000 miles. The bad news is the engine and the rest of the bike sat, but the good news is a lot of parts like the seat are in like new condition, even underneath it. Check it out. The seat's beautiful. I'm gonna clean up like a new penny. The bike has the original rear fender on there, which is in excellent condition. Original taillight lens and turn signals, although it has a bracket making the turn signals go out a little wider for some reason. Custom sissy bar and backrest are included. The frame is in excellent condition. I don't see any issues with the frame. It doesn't appear to be ever been dropped or crashed or anything. The original front end is in great shape. Tack and speedo are in good condition. The original bars are nice and straight. Clutch lever, brake lever, turn signals are missing, but the mirrors are here, and the original grips, the original Suzuki decal on the grips, those are still intact as they are on the throttle hand. Switch housings are in excellent condition. All the logos and letters that are in black and orange are clearly visible. All the buttons are good. The original ignition is intact. So if you are restoring water buffaloes, buy this bike. If you want one, if you have one that was laid down and you need a perfect frame roller, buy this bike because it's an excellent roller. Chrome front fender's in good shape. The original rubber boots on the forks are intact, and I don't see any tears in them, which is really rare for made in Japan. These are original Suzuki rubber boots. The front wheel's in good shape, front brakes in good shape, chrome is serviceable on the rim. The rear rim is in good condition, has a bunch of the electronic components still on here. The sprocket's in good shape, the rear hub's in good shape. No play in the rear swing arm, so the swing arm bushings, rear wheel's nice and straight, that'll clean up nicely, and it has the original shocks. Also, the throttle cable in this bag right here are the 3 throttle slides that I don't know if you can see through the picture, but these are the actual throttle slides that go with the 3 carburetors over here. So they were taken out but never taken off the bike. These are the 3 carburetors. You get the cylinder head, the jug, the engine cases, the engine covers on both sides are in good condition. All of the transmission gears, I'm not sure what was wrong with them, but they were taken apart. The original airbox, if you got one restored that doesn't have the airbox, here's your airbox. If you got one that was dropped, I just restored a Triumph. I bought 2 pegs, I bought a Kickstarter, and I bought a shifter, and it was in a center stand. It was $500 for those 5 pieces, okay? So if you are restoring an antique like the 72 and you need a perfect set of pegs, look at the rubber on these. The rubber is perfect on them. Not a single scratch on them. They look like if you cleaned them up and painted them, they look NOS. They're that nice. Both pegs are perfect. Kickstarter's in excellent condition. It hasn't been cleaned or anything. There's a little surface rust. Put it on a wire wheel, it'll clean right up. The rubber's in good shape. Beautiful shifter. It's not bent or damaged in any way. So on down the line, passenger pegs, clutch hub, sprockets, ignition pieces. So original nip and denso part, the fan. All these items cost a lot of money if you need them. So this bike may need a restoration, but if you're doing one now and you want a parts donor, or if you have a perfect engine, you want to drop into this bike, or if you're a dealer and you want to part this thing out, there's a lot of value here in parts. The seat alone, this seat could easily be sold for $250, maybe $300, because it's in such nice condition. So don't miss out. This is not a rust bucket that sat outside. This is a bike somebody really cared about, didn't have the resources or the funds or the time to put it back together, but it's all here. If you have any questions about the bike, give us a call at 860-454-7024. We'd love to see somebody put this beauty back together and give it a second lease on life, or at least use the parts. So good luck bidding. God bless America.